Okay, here we go again. Yet another lie that we need to deal with. And this one has got to do with Antarctica. So, who's telling us these lies? Again, that Globe Lie Tour and people like both of the Daves on that tour, and Lisa and Jason and you, Sven, and you name it. They all repeat the same garbage. Let's have a look. The Antarctic Treaty forbids travel beyond 60 degrees latitude. Well, that's clearly wrong. You can actually read the treaty for yourself. You don't need to bullshit about this. The treaty simply prevents 1. Establishment of the military, and 2. Mining. It encourages exploration and encourages countries who are doing scientific research to share that scientific research with each other. You are free to go and travel yourself. You are free to do an expedition yourself. If you go to McMurdo, then you need to establish that what you intend to do if you're going through McMurdo and using their facilities. But there's nobody who's going to stop you from an expedition yourself going across. Okay, they say you will be shot. Shot by who? That is just total, absolute garbage. Thousands of people go there every year. Nobody has ever been shot for going to Antarctica. Not a single person, ever. Not before the treaty, not after the treaty. So please stop repeating that rubbish, that lie, that you know is a lie. 200-foot ice wall. So just like any continent, there will be cliffs and there'll be areas where there are no cliffs. And where the bases are, like McMurdo or indeed like Davies, you'll find that there's no cliff. In fact, they built a jetty all the way up to the shore. So the ship can pull up to the jetty and people get out at the shore. And if you look around, I've had personal experience with this, you look around, you can actually see the, there's no ice in the summer. You can see all the buildings and establishment that's needed for provisions that come ashore. You look in the distance, you'll see all the penguins, you'll see the mountains. They don't even have snow on them in the summertime, the distant hills. You can see the penguins, you can go and walk amongst them and the seals. So this 200-foot ice wall in which some crane is going to pick you up and put you over the top, absolute nonsense. So, Mr. Murphy, stop repeating that rubbish. Next slide. Nobody has trekked across the continent. Absolute garbage. Wasn't long ago a young Australian, 17 years old, did that. So there's many accounts of people going across the continent. All it takes is for you to investigate them. Have a read of their accounts. Okay. Thousands of people, as I said before, go every summer. And guess where they go? The ones that go to McMurdo. The ones that go from McMurdo to the South Pole. They take the McMurdo South Pole Highway. Yes, there's a highway. from McMurdo to the South Pole. So that's where people go. Not that they have to climb huge mountains and the like to get to the South Pole. They go along the highway that's been built for the purpose. And the reason for that is because thousands of people do this all the time, every year. Okay, you can get a job there. You think you can't afford to go to Antarctica? It's about $6,000 in the cruise, to take a cruise there. Go around about late December, January, so that you can observe the 24-hour sun for yourself. Enjoy seeing what penguins do, if you like, during the night. You'll see the sun 2 o'clock in the morning, still there, going around your head, around 20 degrees off the horizon. Okay, this next lie. Nobody has circumnavigated the Earth pole to pole. Well, I've got some examples here that I've put down. In 1965, Austin and Harrison. In 1977, Pan American Airlines. This isn't just two people who are going off on a trek. This is the entire airline. This is Pan American celebrating their 50th anniversary, and using one of the publicity things that they did was to do a circumnavigation of the Earth, pole to pole. Okay, who else? 1992, Michael Palin actually did a documentary. Look up the documentary. I'm not sure whether you'd have to pay for it, but most certainly it's there. In 2009, tag world record. In July 2019, an expedition called One More Orbit took a flight, pole to pole. Again in October 2019, Mike Horn. This is an expedition that's still going on, so Mike's already cleared the Antarctic continent and on his way to the North Pole right now. So this idea that no one has circumnavigated the Earth is absolute rubbish. There's plenty of evidence of people having done it, and flat Earth people can look it up for themselves. You see, the thing is that they need to lie about this, okay? Because that's how they perpetuate their myth about the flat Earth being a disc surrounded by Antarctica. Because they know that is impossible and does not comport with this idea that people can actually cross the entire continent and then go down one side of the Earth from north to the South Pole and then back up the other side. It cannot happen on a flat Earth. Okay. Again, this 24-hour sun from December 21st to about January the 8th. The sun will hover around your head in a circle about 20 degrees off the horizon. You can see this for yourself. If you don't like the videos, if you don't trust the videos, go there and see it for yourself. Did you spend $6,000 going around Europe proselytizing and telling these lies? You could have spent that money going on a trip to Antarctica. And just in a month's time, you'd be able to prove that there is a 24-hour sun. Okay, so all of this can be verified by the flat earth people, if only they were actually interested in facts. Clearly they're not. Again, just to reiterate, you can book yourself a cruise for about $6,000. And then I've heard this Jason say he can't afford to go to Antarctica, therefore nobody can go there. Now, people are listening to him say this. Now, you flat earth people, exactly how do you think that makes any sense at all? And how do you think that is any kind of valid explanation? I understand why you're telling the lies. It's because the flat earth doesn't work unless you tell the lies. And every time some lie is debunked, you have to add more lies to it. Okay. My last thing here I've said is, how long do you think this lie will last? How long do you think people will put up with just listening to flat earth people proselytize in cities around the world, or certainly in Europe anyway, telling lies, blatant lies? Why can't you have your flat earth hypothesis without the lies? Don't talk to people like me and others about science and then tell lies. This is one of the big things that academics like me would never do. It's called integrity. Okay? I have no interest in saying something that's not true. One, because I like to know that what I believe in is factual. And two, I have a reputation. It goes against my creed to lie about evidence. And usually, almost always actually, people who do lie about evidence get found out. So stop using lies to embellish your argument, your hypothesis. If you actually care that what you believe is factual, then quit the lies and redo your model if something you find out doesn't work. There is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, which therefore negates this AE map model, apart from the other many ways in which that happens. So, find another model. Thank you.